George and Harold, two elementary school pranksters, accidentally hypnotize their mean-spirited principal, Mr. Crub, into thinking he is Captain Underpants, a comic book superhero that both George and Harold write together. And of course, shenanigans ensue. What's up, guys? It's your boy Odie here with a review of Captain Underpants, the first epic movie. Which, if you think about it, it's kind of a ballsy title, considering if this movie sucked and if it bombed, it would be its only epic movie. But it's not. Don't worry. It's not a bad movie. We will get sequels in the future, I'm sure. The trailers just didn't really sell me on the cast of this movie. I wasn't really sold on the idea of Kevin Hart playing George. And I wasn't really thrilled about Captain Underpants' voice either. As a kid, as somebody who grew up reading these books, you kind of develop an idea of what you think these characters sound like, and the trailers didn't really match up with any of that. So let's start off with what I liked. Kevin Hart as George Beard. My problem is the fact that Kevin Hart doesn't sound like a kid. He sounds like Kevin Hart. Like, he sounds like him. It's one thing if he's playing like a voice of an animal or something like that, but he's straight up a kid. All the trailers didn't really do anything to ease my worries either. It just, like, when you hear him speak, it just didn't sound right. Well, I'm happy to say that that's not really a problem. Pretty much every character looks and sounds the part. If you had the same fears as me going into this movie, by the time the credits roll, you'll come to accept and even like the voice cast. Alright, another positive is Nick Kroll as Professor Poopy Pants. Man, this dude is funny. Now, I personally don't like his live action, any of his live action content, so his stand-ups, his shows, I don't like any of that, but his voice acting work is hilarious. When I heard Poopy Pants' voice, I was like, wait a minute, is that douche from Sausage Party? He was hilarious in that movie, and he's just as funny in this one as well. And also a really good choice for the first villain. Another thing, the movie was funny. There is some toilet humor. I mean, the movie is called Captain Underpants. I believe that both kids and adults can enjoy the movie without adults wanting to blow their brains out. Another thing this movie has going for it is the animation. Man, this movie looks really good. They really created a good balance between lifelike and cartoony. It's super colorful and detailed. You can see the individual hairs flowing in somebody's mustache or on top of their head. There's just a lot of detail in what at first glance looks like very basic animation. Another positive is this movie really does justice to the source material. It really feels like the movie version of Captain Underpants. I read all the books as a kid, so I'm happy to say that this movie really does do the source material justice. You can tell from the very beginning that a lot of love has been put into this film. You could tell that they understand why people love the books and how they can properly adapt that into a movie. They knew exactly what kind of movie they were going to make. Now on to the things I didn't like. Of course, with a movie like Captain Underpants, there's going to be some toilet humor that doesn't quite land with everybody. It's probably going to be targeted more towards kids, which is totally fine. Generally, the movie is pretty clever and pretty funny when it comes to its jokes and gags. It's just some of the jokes do kind of pander to the kids more than they do the adults. Which I can't, super fault the movie for, because, again, it is a children's movie first and foremost, but for the adults, I'm going to warn you now, there's some toilet humor that's you're probably not going to be laughing at. If I had to find a gripe, that would be the only thing. Some of the toilet humor just doesn't quite land. In an age where 10 superhero movies come out every second, Captain Underpants, the first epic movie, manages to hang in there with the big boys and tells an amazing story that both teaches and celebrates what true friendship is, while also staying true to the source material. And that's why I'm giving Captain Underpants, the first epic movie, a 4 out of 5. And I'd see it in theaters. Alright, thanks for watching, guys. If you enjoyed this video, go ahead and give it a like down below. And if you want to see more reviews like this, go ahead and subscribe as well. See you next time.